back to the channel and welcome back to another Mountain Blade to a Bannerlord video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some pretty massive news for the multiplayer of the game. That is, the Persistent Empires mod is getting a complete overhaul with a Game of Thrones update. Yes, you heard me right, it's absolutely awesome news. The Realm of Thrones team, the guys who make the, as of right now, the largest Game of Thrones mod, have partnered up with the Persistent Empires guys to go ahead and port over all the awesome armors, work with them to go ahead and implement a brand new map, and just tons of other really awesome stuff. And that is just a dream come true, I think, for many of us. So many people, whenever I've played Bannerlord online or when I've played Persistent Empires, have said, oh, I'd love this but in Game of Thrones, I'd love this but in Lord of the Rings. Well, you guys have your wish. We have the Game of Thrones version. And I guess as well, I should mention, if you guys haven't seen Persistent Empires before, basically it is a ever-running server for Bannerlord Multiplayer, which basically pits you as a individual character on a large-scale map, and you are basically told to go out into the world and make your own destiny. You can go ahead and farm on the fields and support larger houses. You can go ahead and get deep in the mines. I know the children yearn for the mines. You can also go ahead and work your way up through the ranks in clans. Go ahead and join in the military forces, defend castles, siege enemy castles. There's a whole wealth that you can do. I should also really quickly mention as well that the two videos you're seeing on your screen are taken from Nico, who went ahead and created the actual overall Persistent Empires trailer for the Realm of Thrones and did an absolutely insanely good job. Go check out his channel. I'll leave a link to that down in the description, and also Mr. Squiz, which is the general gameplay that you're seeing, again, just so that you have something on in the background. Go check out both of their videos. Really awesome stuff. 100% worth subscribing. But yeah, so now you have a kind of a base understanding of Persistent Empires, and of course you know Realm of Thrones. What is this new overhaul going to do to the base game? What kind of Game of Thrones stuff are we going to be getting? Well, of course we're going to be getting a complete overhaul of all the armors. Everything from Realm of Thrones that fits in this kind of time period is going to be getting ported over and is just nicely bundled together in its own separate download, which we'll get onto towards the end of the video. For the map itself, we are going to be basically getting all the land down in the Reach and parts of Dawn. They kind of felt like this was probably going to be the best place to go ahead and structure the map itself. And of course, they've had to take some liberties to go ahead and fit in loads of different interesting factions, so it's not as necessarily as lore accurate as many people may like, but it just fits gameplay so much better. So as you can see from the pictures I'm putting up on your screen, there were actually two things they were debating towards, which are slightly different, but the overarching map is very much the same. It's just kind of where they're placing the factions depending on what kind of people have or what land. But if we take a look at this one right here, you guys can see that the Reach cultures are going to be basically inhabiting the largest settlements in the game. We have High Garden up in the northwest, and then obviously Old Town down in the south. We have the Lannisters holding a castle. We have the North holding a castle, and again, that's going to be scattered around. We also have the Dornish and the Valerians as well. The Iron Islands are taking up harbour over into the west and onto the islands. And then finally, we also have the Baratheons and Riverlands. And these cultures that you guys are going to be messing around with are going to be the main basis for the settlement itself. However, the Lannisters can take over another castle and kind of bring it under their control. It's kind of more so looking at the aesthetic of the castle and just the overall makeup of the settlement itself. There are also some really cool map designs as well that you guys probably would have seen already in the video that I've been showing on in the background. There's a settlement which basically is just like a mountain pass, and anybody who wants to go through it has to go through the castle, kind of always acting as like the twins of the south. And it's just very cool, you know, that adds in loads of roleplay that can be possible, adds in loads of cool custom interactions that are going to be implemented in because of that. And I think that just lends itself to the overall map design in general. Also, there is still plenty of space as well, so if they wanted to maybe try and add in another castle, another settlement somewhere else, they definitely could do that. There's options to expand the map that little bit bigger just with the space that they do have left. But I think they've done a great job with it. It's a nice mix of, you know, certain factions holding up in certain places, allowing clans to all take these over, because again, the cultures aren't tied to the people who own them. That's just kind of the makeup of the settlement. Certain clans can go ahead and conquer whatever they want and kind of create their very own roleplay. And then right here, we go ahead and get some nice little close-ups of some of these settlements as well. So we actually get to see some soldiers marching around these newly formed settlements. I think one of these is High Garden, which looks absolutely incredible. Plenty of walls. If you get a full clan of like 20 plus people defending this, it's going to create some really exciting stuff. And again, the server sizes, I think on the previous Persistent Empires were around about 200 plus. So again, you can imagine, depending on how many people jump on, you're going to get some really exciting interactions and content with people. Again, here's another Dornish castle as you're making your way over. This one is probably one of my favorites. I love the look of it, and I think the actual Realm of Thrones guys have done an insane job with the new Dornish armors as well. They look great. To go alongside this new update, we also going to be getting completely new EU rule sets as well, and it's great to see them actually tackling this, because I've personally heard from quite a few people that the actual servers can be a little bit toxic here and there, people just going ahead and not really taking it seriously and kind of treating it like a normal multiplayer lobby. However, it seems like they are really clamping down on that, trying to make it as immersive for the big clans as the individual players. They say with this new rule set, which again I'll link down below in the description, they're going to heavily try and lean into the individual player alongside the big clans. So that way, if you're just playing for fun, you just want to be a lone farmer in the War of the Five Kings, then that is something you are going to be able to do and actually just have fun. They've also said that they want to work with the bigger clans to set up larger battles and siege times, so that way there's actually like a server-wide event going on, which again I think is perfect. That's really cool. And we do have a small community setting up these battles so people don't just get raided offline and stuff. I think is, yeah, 100% the way to go. And then it just brings the community together, right? Everybody kind of tunes in for this big siege that has been scheduled all week, and then, you know, you have this massive battle where clans are fighting. I think that would just be absolutely awesome. And all the small individual players are maybe lending themselves as a mercenary. That sounds very cool. And they've also gone ahead and overhauled the punishments as well. So if you break certain rules, you are going to receive an appropriate punishment. But again, I'm sure for new players, again, they're going to be quite lenient. It's going to be mainly the repeat offenders, which I assume get the harsher punishments, because if you're someone new just trying it out and you don't really know the rules as much as, say, veteran players who have done it several times, then I'm sure you're going to be absolutely fine. So don't kind of get any anxiety about, oh no, I didn't mean to do that, I'm so sorry. That's going to, I'm sure, be forgiven in an instant. But of course, 100% is worth going over the rules just before you dive in and just kind of take a glimpse at them so you know that you're not going to be doing anything stupid. So overall, extremely exciting news. I think as this video goes live, the actual update should be live. So it's really easy to install as well. Unfortunately, due to the way that multiplayer servers do work currently, you do have to revert back your Bannerlord to 1.0, which I'll show you on the screen how to do right now. And it's really, really simple to do. All you have to do is go over to your Bannerlord, right click, go down to properties, go down to betas, and then find 1.0, which is going to be right here. Really easy to find. You click that and it will install the beta, the current patch that you need to be on. And then say you want to go ahead and go and dive onto the latest patch for 1.2 beta, you can click that and then that'll update it. Or if you just want to go back to the vanilla, you can click none and it will get you back to vanilla. Really easy to do. And then all you're going to need for the actual mods themselves, they're all on the workshop. So just go to the workshop of Bannerlord, click Realm of Thrones Armory. You're going to need this. And then you're, of course, also going to need the Persistent Empires mod as well. Really easy to grab. Just click subscribe. It will stay up to date. And normally, I don't recommend doing this on the Steam Workshop, because if mods get updated, they go ahead and break your save. But you have to worry about that. These are multiplayer stuff, so you're always going to want to be on the current patch. And, of course, finally, I would highly recommend you go ahead and actually join their Discord. That is by far the best way to keep up to date with stuff. Go ahead and launch any, suggestions, any complaints or anything. Really, really recommend joining Battle. And again, I'll leave the link to that down below in the description. And I guess from that point on, have fun, enjoy yourself, go check it out. I highly implore you to go ahead and join up and just have some fun. I definitely want to go ahead and dive in. Again, if I don't know if I've mentioned it, but it also has VoIP as well, so you can talk in-game, which again leads to all that roleplay. It's not just you running around and typing, you can also talk as well. You can also type if you don't want to talk, but that is also another thing that just really adds itself to the role roleplay itself. It would definitely be cool to see more people on this, and I would absolutely love to join in some of the Game of Thrones events as well that they'll be hosting, some of the sieges. So if there's any clans out there that want to go ahead and let me know when a certain siege is going down, I would love to dive in and get some footage of it. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe and let me know in the comments, and obviously by dropping a like. If you want to see me go ahead and stream some of this Game of Thrones Persistent Empires, then just, yeah, as I said, let me know down below in the comments. I'd definitely go ahead and be happy to do that if there's enough want for it. I'll see you guys in the next one.